super pumped. I'm super pumped. I wish we had all the time, because this next fireside chat we're going to be getting into, it's going to be, the parents get ready to be blown away. We've had an amazing time, a thrilling time with Joshua. And at this point, I will proceed to another amazing session with a very senior friend of mine and a great inspiration to many. All right, our second guest for tonight, Mr. Uchenna Nnodim. Parents, this is also one that you will be very interested to hear. Mr. Uchenna Nnodim is a serial entrepreneur that believes strongly that technology is a significant driver for global change. While studying economics at the University of Port Harcourt, he decided to pursue his interest in software development. This led him to start Ilatech Limited, a tech solutions company that won the Tony Elumelu Entrepreneurship Grant in 2018. That same year, Uchenna co-founded Roqqu. Sure, you guys must have heard of Roqqu, which specializes in building blockchain-related technology through digital products. By 2019, Uchenna moved his team to from Port Harcourt to Lagos, where they expanded the reach of Roqqu app, a crypto trading app, to over 32 countries in Europe and Africa, with over 1.6 million users currently. Roqqu is currently employing over 65 staff members. In 2021, driven by the shortcomings of the commercial bank and the need to increase financial inclusion, Uchenna founded and is currently the CEO of Raven Bank, a digital bank with over 500,000 customers, over 2,000 businesses, and processing over 50,000 daily transactions. Raven is providing a livelihood for more than 50 workers currently. Uchenna is married. I was intentional about putting this one. Uchenna is married to his beautiful wife, and they recently celebrated the birth of their baby boy. Uchenna embodies what it means to be a generational leader and entrepreneur. In this fireside chat, Uchenna will share the impact of tech and entrepreneurship on the world today, his journey, and on the future of your child. Parents, and esteemed guests, join me with your virtual clap as I welcome Uchenna Nnodim to Parents Virtual Summit.
Hi guys, hi Joshua, hi everyone, good evening. I'm excited to be here. Thank you. I would say that it has been an incredible one. Listening in from the beginning, even the exciting fireside chat from Joshua was very interesting, I would say. It made me start wondering, what was I doing when I was 12 years old? But really, it's a fantastic one, and it's here. It's fantastic to be here, at least to share a little bit of our story, and let's see how we can get more kids into the tech ecosystem early on, so they can become like Joshua as well. I'm so happy that he shared his story. We need more of that. I believe that if we have that, we can really change the world completely.
Amazing. Welcome so well, sir. It's amazing to have you here. I got to know you from, it was 2018. I think it was at 2018 during it was a business masterclass or something. That was the first time I got, before you guys moved to Lagos, and then all of a sudden everything just, after years of hard work and everything, it just went off. And it's just amazing how much that has happened so far. So thank you so much for accepting to be here today. I know it's been a busy day for you, being the CEO at Raven Bank. And the parents here today are super excited, as I am as well, to learn from what has been of your journey so far. So first of all, we can see that you studied economics.
Yes.
Econs. So tell us what's the journey? What was it from from studying economics to venturing into software development? To founding Elatech. What was your motivation? What was your vision? For and what exactly led to who you are today?
Thank you for that question, Joshua. So, backstory. I think I've told the story multiple times. So I think tech happened to me by chance. Originally, I didn't plan to do tech. I didn't know better to even choose. Also, for starters, I grew up in the village, so not like we had opportunity to see a lot of that until I got into the university. Though what was different is that I was highly motivated. I was good in my academics. I wanted to succeed. I wanted to do, I wanted to be a good student. As a matter of fact, my intention was to become a professor by the age of 32. That was what I was had towards. Yeah. So yeah. So when I was choosing my course, I had interest in courses around engineering, but also I like to be a businessman, right? So I started researching and thinking about courses that can help me hone my business skills, and that's how economics came around. I'm like, yeah, I would really like to know how money works and how to really build great businesses. So I decided to study pure economics.
Wow.
So when I got into the university, sometime in 2011, 2012, after the first year, I did my best. I was very diligent with my studies. In second year, I found out that just halfway into the semester, I finished reading all my books. So I wanted to do so much more, right? So one day I was just going for my afternoon classes, and I stumbled on people learning software development. And
Wow.
I was marveled by how people within the same university where I'm studying are putting together softwares that run on a computer. I was completely blown away. I was like, really, this is how softwares are being made. Like I just stopped reading and was listening to what they were saying in the class. So halfway into the class, I approached one of the students. I'm like, I would like to be part of this class. How can I get in? What is the requirement and all of that? So they told me. So instantly, I joined the class for
Wow.
software development. So for me, it was really fascinating. I was intrigued the fact that you can actually make softwares to work on a computer, right? So I started attending the class, very diligent because it's fun. Um, I took it really seriously. I didn't have a computer, so I would usually borrow my sister's laptop because my sister was also studying in Uniport at the time. So I would borrow her laptop and use it to attend classes, and also use it to try my hands on a couple of things. And it was a fantastic journey for me. I really enjoyed learning, so I couldn't stop. So every night I would want to practice, and every single thing. So then I didn't have a laptop, right? And I had to, start trying to save money. Every single time, I'm always talking about programming. I'm always talking about programming, how interesting it is. I also told my mom sometimes that I was saving money for laptop and every single thing. So my mom now saw how eager I was about the thing. I was talking about how I want to hustle, try different things. I even wanted to start working, doing manual level to raise money to get a laptop.
Wow.
So, so one day I think towards the end of the month, she told me that she was going to get me a laptop. And as at that time, her salary was around 85,000 naira or so.
Wow.
So she received her salary and she took 80,000 naira from that money and gave it to me to go and buy a laptop. And that was how I got my first laptop, and that changed the game for me. So that one now, I didn't have any limitations anymore. I was practicing night after night, day after. And what also intrigued me, the fact that I can actually build something that people can use. So the first software I built, which was the software that helps to compute student CGPA, in the like when you're graduating, right? I mean, usually in our department, calculating your CGPA and getting your result out is a manual process. So anytime we go to the department to get our result, they usually tell us that exam officer is not available. We'll have to wait for him to come and sort out our results. So for me, that whole process is very, very tedious for someone to be doing manually. So I thought about how I can actually build a software to solve that problem. That was when I realized the power that I have gotten with tech. I wasn't so good at then, I was still very rusty. But the fact that I know that I can actually build a software for that was really insightful. It was the beginning of knowing that tech was a superpower. So I embarked on the journey. I started building the software. It took me a year to develop the first version, and the first version was very rusty too. It couldn't solve the problem. Even I myself knew that this wasn't good enough for the problem. Then I was in year 3, so I started building the second version again. So after building the second version, I decided to start talking to the school authorities, department, to see if they can use it. And my whole intention was that I want that software to be used to calculate my own CGPA when I'm graduating, because I know that the process of getting people's CGPA is prone to a lot of errors because it's done manually. So maybe you're supposed to have graduated with first class. Because of errors, you end up graduating with a 2-1 because it wasn't done automatically by a computer. The manual process was prone to error. I really wanted it to be used to compute my own CGPA. So I went back to the drawing board. I started working again. I built version 3. And the version 3 was extremely good. It solved the problem perfectly well. So I went back to the school authorities. I told them that the software is ready. It can solve the problem. And they did not pay attention to me anymore. So I tried. I was always going to the department until there's this shoe of mine that I have, a leather shoe that has a lot of heel, right? I was trekking to the department until the heel was completely chopped off. Because while I'm trekking to the department, every single day I come back, the heel was completely chopped off. By the time I was leaving the school, because I keep trekking to the department all the time to go and beg them to use the software. So on what I've actually graduated, right? I've left the school. They didn't use it, but I was still visiting because I was still around Unipo. So on one eventful end of the year, in December, I've already traveled to the village for the Xmas celebration. So I got a call from the result officer that they need to submit the final results for people that are graduating in the next 4 days. And they have not done anything. And the Senate has mandated that if they don't bring it, none of the students are going for NYSC that year from our department. That they need my help, that should bring that software. So immediately I entered the road and I arrived for that court. And I showed them the software, told them how the thing is going to work. They gave me all the result files in Excel. And I uploaded everything. In like 2 days, the entire result was ready to be submitted to the Senate. Also, what happened was that in our department, for the last 15 years, there has never been a first class student. That year that software was used, 3 persons graduated with first class. Yeah, that was how I knew. And then one of the students that graduated with the first class was a friend of mine, a junior colleague. So he came up to me and was like, senior colleague, I made first class. So he now showed me the sheet, the result sheet, and it was exactly printed from the software. So when I looked at it, I just laughed. And I now knew that tech has actually become a superpower. That's when I knew that tech is actually a superpower to create real change in our society. That was my first test, my first experience of using tech to create real change. And it literally changed my idea and mindset around building tech and technology completely. So I knew that this was exactly what I want to commit my life to, because it gives me the power to really create real change. So fast forward, outside the university, we grew out, we left, and then we started hustling and started building multiple softwares, building different things. Most of them did not succeed because, being in school and being in the real world is totally different things, right? So it wasn't completely easy, but we were really steadfast. We started the company. It was really hard. We didn't have money to pay ourselves most of the time. We keep hustling just to get jobs here and there. Whenever the job come, you have some money. When the job doesn't come, then you leave it all together. Until in 2019, we saw, oh, that was the rise of Bitcoin and the rest. I think that's when it really got popular. So we looked at the ecosystem. We now found out there was a lot of gap. The already existing platforms were really expensive. They were not so user friendly. We thought that we could do something really different, and that's
Okay.
how Roqqu was bettered. As you already mentioned, Roqqu has 1.6 million users today, and is operational in 36 countries across the globe.
You can
So we started
imagine.
that in 2019, and that is still functional. That is ability to create larger change. That's exactly what we've done. It's the most used crypto platform in Nigeria at the moment. We've sponsored a lot of programs. We've done a lot of giveaways. A lot of people have won a lot of referral bonus by transacting on the platform, and people really love it. So that's one. That's one other something remarkable that we did with tech. Then in 2021, we realized that we can also do bigger change in the banking industry, and that's actually what led me to found Raven Bank in 2021, because we can typically how we look at tech is that I myself, I want to use something better, especially when the problem affects me, right? I mean, I make use of other banking apps, and I see the pain I go through in using some of them, and I know that this can actually be better for me and for other people that are through that same hurdle or that same problem that I'm experiencing. So we decided to start remarkable. I think it's the fastest growing fintech app that has ever been launched in Nigeria. We grew to 100,000 users in roughly 3 months. The adoption rate was incredible. So far so good. We have 4 products at Raven. Two are actually very functional. Our POS, personal banking app. We're also building infrastructure to support other businesses. I know this might be high level stuff, but we also have like business banking to businesses. So we are doing a lot of interesting stuff to support the financial ecosystem. And we are just in the beginning of the journey. We are 2 years old, and we've seen the impact that we've made so far. And we still have a lot of innovation that we are bringing to the financial space, which in the next couple of years, it will become a norm. And then people will get used to the new way of transacting or interacting with their money on a daily basis. They'll be like,
Exactly.
oh, this is so cool. But it all starts from the need to create something different, to make something different. So at the bedrock or at the heart of all our pursuits is typically about creating a better environment, making our country better, making people's lives better with technology. So it's usually my own drive is not mostly to create wealth. What drives me is mostly the fact that what we are building can actually affect people's life in
People's
a very
life.
unique way. So, and we've seen it happen time after time. I can tell you for a fact that this is not the only thing that we are doing. We are not stopping here. I'm involved in a lot of other innovative stuff that is happening. At the moment, we are building the first solar electric vehicle in Africa. We probably might not have heard about it a lot, but we are doing a lot of amazing stuff just because we are truly excited about technology. That's why when I see people like Joseph, I'm very excited that there are people that love these things. And when you start early, you have a lot of upper hand. I wish I started as early as Joshua. Maybe I would have been in a different place altogether. So
Wow. Wow.
whenever I have opportunity to tell a younger person how important it is to have test skills, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be a coder or a programmer. There are
Yeah.
a lot of other test skills that are so useful. Oh, do you know how
Yeah.
to sketch? Do you know how to
Yeah.
design? Do you know how to model 3D modeling? I mean,
Yeah.
do you know how to use a lot of soft tools, soft
Yeah.
technology tools, right? It puts
Yeah.
you in a different place and create massive opportunity for you. And you will never know when that skill is going to be what will make a complete difference, both in your life
Good.
and even in the life of your community. So that's
Mm,
why I'm so excited to be here today, sharing a little bit
amazing.
of my journey. I'm so
Amazing.
happy. I just hope that in the end, it just gets to inspire someone and also encourage some
Amazing.
parents to encourage their kids. So that's everything in summary here.
Amazing. You see how he's been able to share just all from it started with studying economics, and from studying economics to stumbling into people that were programming. And just from that point, look at the turn of events of his life. Look at the trajectory of his life just switched. Just it's a sharp turn, the trajectory of his life from that point up to the point where he is today. You guys can look up these businesses that we're talking about. It's amazing, very that has amazing dollar valuation today, and are heading towards $1 billion valuation even tomorrow. So these are all opportunities made possible through technology. And you see, your story is similar to mine. When you said your mom paid for your laptop, right? My mom didn't pay for my own; she gave me her own. In fact, she didn't
Really,
have any choice. She had to leave it for me because I was always with the laptop.
always borrowing it. I can
I was
imagine.
I was always with the laptop. She just had to leave the laptop for me.
Okay.
She sacrificed her own learning, her own comfort, her whatever for me just to have that. And I kid you not, she's gotten the benefit and she's still getting even more benefits for tomorrow. These are examples of what happens when we start early. But I want us to dwell a little bit more in the opportunities, right? Because now you've had the opportunity to see the entire market the way it is. You've been able to, you've gone through different several solutions and innovations. So, what are the market opportunities that parents here are thinking? They're looking at, okay, my child is maybe good with this, maybe good with that. What are the opportunities? What exactly is my child going to be gaining? What are the frictions that exist in the market that makes tech so necessary and so important today that they have to be bringing their children on board this platform to groom their children to prepare them to be part of the people that are creating the better future for our world.
Okay, thank you, Joshua, for that question. So, literally, what tech does for you, especially when you have opportunity to acquire the knowledge or to go to a place where you're being tutored, is the fact that it gives you an edge. So, technology as it is not an end in itself; it's a means to an end. So, literally, any career at all can be supercharged by tech. Be it that you're a musician, we can supercharge your music with tech. I can tell you how you can apply tech to almost anything. If you're a medical doctor, you can also supercharge your medical whatever with tech. If you're a lawyer, you can supercharge your law with tech. So tech cuts across every single walks of life. So for instance, let me give you an example. Today, I was in the office and one of the staff, a data and analytics person, right? And he also trains a couple of students in data analysis. So
Okay.
he actually asked them a couple of questions, and he want to see how they can answer it and see if they can do it well. So and I start telling him that okay, that he should show me the answer to the question. I was like, whether he has heard about Chat GPT, right? I mean, which is an AI tool that a lot of people in tech use these days. I was like, he hasn't really heard of it. I'm like, okay, no problem. Like, let's bring your question and ask Chat GPT. So he was like, he doesn't know it. I'm like, I showed him how to do that. He carried the question and put it in. ChatGPT gave him the accurate answer for the question and even improved the answer that he thought was the right answer. ChatGPT improved on it and gave him exactly what the right answer that is highly optimized is supposed to be. And that person now is not necessarily a programmer, but really, because I'm highly exposed to technology, I know how you can effectively use some of these tools to improve whatever thing that you're doing. Let's say you're a medical doctor and you run into some issues. I mean, if you've been to most of the hospitals, especially when they are young doctors, when you come up with some issues or some of the things that you're having, they open their textbook to go and check, or sometimes you can Google it online, right? Now, Google will give you plenty things to read up on. But ChatGPT, which is an emerging technology, can summarize exactly what the diagnosis is supposed to look like. So what I'm just giving is just instances where tech can be applied to every single walk of life. This is just one instance, and there are many of that. There are many of that where there are one tool or the other, or one skill or the other in tech that can help you be different from your peers, right? Because just you know how to do that with tech, it can make you more effective. It can make you save more time. It can even make you package and present whatever you have in mind a lot better. So, for me, I think the opportunity cuts across every single walk of life. So, just like when you're sent to school, you study mathematics. Why do we study maths in school? Even let me even put it. Why do we study biology in school? Like, why do we study biology? Why do we study maths? Why do they even teach English in school? Like, that is how tech's supposed to be. It's supposed to be part of what we learn to become better people. I mean, people will be like, why do we even learn maths? I mean, think about it. But literally, you need maths in almost every area of your life. Maybe not further mathematics, but really basic maths is so useful for you to survive in 21st century. Likewise, technology. Likewise, tech. Tech is useful. Knowing tech properly is useful for you to survive in 21st century. Let me put it like that. And for you to be able to access opportunities that is so is something that's supposed to be part and parcel of what we're supposed to learn at people in the modern age. And I think that parents these days to take the advantage, because the need for having tech knowledge is no longer something that you are not aware of. My mom did not know. My dad did not know. Actually, I lost my dad early on. But my mom didn't have that information. But these days, the information is almost everywhere. There was no conference like this encouraging parents to send their kids to tech school. So things are way different now. I don't see any reason why parents that have the opportunity to have gotten exposed to the importance of this thing not to push their kids to have that knowledge. Kids are very smart. They will always know exactly where to pay attention to with their tech. Just like Joshua, he loved music, but through the music, he discovered tech as well. And he also, on his own accord, started applying the tech in building games. On his own accord, the parents didn't have to tell him to go and build games. But the fact that he knows that, with tech, I can build game, it was his own, his own enthusiasm, his own curiosity that drove him to developing games with. So those are like the kind of things that having that tool or having that skill, it gives you that edge. You can choose to, explode as a genius in whatever field that interests you. So for me, I feel like that superpower, every single kid in 21st century should have that, and parents should encourage them and push them towards that direction.
Yeah. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. So you see, it's just like my challenge is that I've heard parents say some things like, my son is so rough. He likes playing games. He likes doing this and that. I said, see, you have to turn his passion for playing games into a purpose for his life.
Yeah.
You instead of playing games, if he's so fascinated about playing games, turn it around. Let him create the games that he's playing. Let him create those games that he loves. And what are the relevance? The game is on your phone. A parent was telling me, I don't even know what's on this phone. This boy will just take this phone and he will start finding all the games and downloading games. And I said, and some of them, they're even paying for it. The boy will the mom's card is already on the stuff. He will just pay for it and download. And when you have all these kind of things, those are already signals of what you should be doing. You should be turning that immediately, that passion, you should be turning that immediately into something else. And parents say, oh, my child is so careless, is so rough. Bring him into technology. I'm telling you, when you bring them into a place where they are genuinely interested in, you're going to see a different part of your children. And that is what we are talking about with Tech School. And then you see from the journey and what Uchenna shared, you can see that he doesn't just work with developers. He doesn't do, he's leading cross-functional teams, large teams across different parts of the companies that he's working with, right? And it's not just developers. There are data analysts, there are people that are with business skills, there are people who are, but everybody must have a touch of tech, all right? Tech, in fact, and look at what he told you. The musicians that you're seeing today, the ones that remain today, most of them are the ones that have learned how to adapt with technology. The artists that you know today, they are the ones that have learned how to adapt with technology. Doctors, etc., they are the ones. So stop, stereotyping your children to the formal ways and just the traditional ways. Give them the opportunity to innovate and create a better future for themselves. Now, there's one simple question I want to ask you. Definitely, you told me how your mom bought you that laptop. Of course, when you're doing something like this, a lot of people don't understand it, especially at the beginning. So they feel like you're wasting time, you're wasting your life, So you're wasting your life. What are you doing? What exactly is it that you're doing, right?
Yeah.
At
Yes.
that point, your mom believed in you.
Mm-hmm.
Even if she didn't understand what you were doing to the
Yes.
core, but she just saw that you were interested in this and she believed in you and got you that laptop and gave you the support that you needed. I want you to tell us, what did that belief mean to you? If that belief from your mom was not there, if you hadn't received that laptop, that token to drive you, do you think you would have been here today, at least to the point where you are?
Obviously not. Obviously not. I'm usually a believer that just one single act can change the course of your life completely, right? If you think about how I said I stumbled onto people learning software development and now joined in, and that's how I became a software engineer today. If I didn't stumble on that path, perhaps I might not be here. That's one event. Maybe my mom didn't get me a laptop. I probably wouldn't have been able to practice longer hours to master the thing and even get more interested in it. And that it will now become a career for me. And then I got here today. So if I didn't have that, obviously, I probably wouldn't have been here today. That has to be said. And about the belief, and them not understanding exactly what we're doing, just the passion was all that is needed to convince them that this is good. And obviously, there is no vice associated with it. You can see that, and this is something new, and this person is fascinated about it, and they love it, right? And then she gave that support. In as much as every single path that you choose, there is always a difficulty and challenge associated with it. So it wasn't completely easy for me, right? Especially when I now left university, I was supposed to start fending for myself, and it wasn't completely easy. So my mom was like, "Are you sure you don't want to take a job? Like, let me just call my brother, help you get a job. Like this computer you're pressing every day. I don't know, like, are you sure? Let me just call my brother, make him just help you get a job or something."
Oh my God.
But she was also looking out for me. So
Exactly.
yeah, though I think I will have to bifurcate our conversation into two, which is like the first one is getting the knowledge to explode you in whichever career that you choose, right? That's like the most basic of it. Now, for people that choose for it to be like their long-term career, you could now that was like the second stage where my mom now had to ask if I want to take a job, because I have chosen that I want that to be my complete part. And when I started facing difficulties being a mother, she wanted to also support me. So I
Exactly.
was on a different journey, which is completely having a tech career. And so you always have to also believe in yourself. There is challenges in whichever industry that you're in, or whatever career that you want to pursue. If you want to be like on the top of the league, you always have to make sacrifices. You will meet up with challenges. You have to make sacrifices. They have to persist. So that is quite normal. So I had her support, and that actually changed the story for me completely.
Amazing. Amazing. This is just so beautiful. The support of your mom was very critical to where you are today. And of course, I call it divine orchestration, and sometimes parents, some of these things have been orchestrated. For example, you are here today. It is not a coincidence. To you, it's a coincidence, but it's not a coincidence. These are just divine orchestration. Things that are just here so that you can hear this and so that you can change the way, the approach you give to that child. I've seen parents, I've seen families where children go to school, they pay top-notch school fees for their children to go to school, and then they come out, go to a bank, go and meet the CEO of the bank, pay them so that they can employ the person that has gone to school to study for how many years?
5 years, so?
It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. But then this is where technology comes in. It has never been like that before. Before you had to, and the funny thing, the good thing is that this is also one place where if your child has that advantage, they can start with almost nothing, but their determination, self-motivation, and that thing that they know they want to solve. So they can start with almost nothing, and then of course we call it 0 to 1. Just look at Uchenna today, from 0 to 1. His story has been, and in fact he embodies what it truly means to be an entrepreneur. Look, I said in his introduction that he's married. He's not just some when we talk about tech people, some parents, because of maybe limited understanding, think that no, these ones, their eye is not good. They are maybe the ones that we're calling Yahoo boys, or they are the ones that will be chasing women around, or they are the ones that they're not doing anything with their lives. They're going to have a very boring life. Yeah. But look at him. He's married. He has a child, and he's even going even deeper, far deeper. You've heard the story and even more of what he's doing. So it's an amazing opportunity for you as a parent to change the course of the life of your child. Don't do the conventional things. Do unconventional things. Support your children beyond even your own understanding. Support them, give them what they need, and thank God for platforms like Skool, of course, that's going to help you provide structured learning experiences for the children. It's been an amazing time with you, Uchenna. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for coming and inspiring us all. And of course, parents, it's important. Use Raven Bank, all right? Use Raven Bank. For those of you that are crypto minded as well, check out Roqqu. It's very, very interesting. I'm telling you, you're going to enjoy those applications. Now, let's get into the lightning round session just to make it a little fun as we're about to let you go. Are you ready? So the rule is I'm just going to be dishing out the questions quickly, and you're going to be giving me the answers as it's coming. All right?
No problem. I got you.
Okay. So first of all, what popular social media platform is known for its 140 character limit on posts?
That's Twitter.
Amazing. Which company's logo has an apple with a bite taken out of it?
Of course, Apple.
What's the world's most widely used search engine?
Yeah, that'll be Google.
What's the term for a piece of code that tracks website visitors and gathers data?
A trash website. Sorry, can you repeat that again?
What's the term for a piece of code that tracks website visitors and gathers data?
That'll be script.
Cookies.
Cookies. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Cookies.
Amazing. Good. You founded and run successful enterprises. You're directly responsible for the destinies of hundreds of your employees across and teams across boards. You are married and blessed with your baby boy. Is the journey worth it? And what are you most grateful for?
Yeah, so the journey is very worth it, and I think literally what I'm grateful for is the grace to be able to touch people's lives and contribute to society. So I believe that humans were meant to contribute. We're meant to build. We are not just supposed to just come and go like that. We're supposed to add. So for me, it's the grace and the favor to have had the opportunity to serve by contributing to the betterment of other people's lives, to the betterment, or even the people that work on the team as well, to create means of livelihood. So I think I'm really grateful for that opportunity to create something that people use, and when they use it, it creates happiness and smiles for them and makes their lives better. I can't trade that for money or for any other thing. So that's mostly my own fulfillment. And that's literally where my motivation comes from on daily basis. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. This is just amazing. And finally, or not finally, would you advise parents to enroll their kids and teens in tech school?
100%. I mean, why not? Like I said, I didn't have this opportunity, right? I didn't have the opportunity to go to a tech school that is how will I put it, that is effective or that is relatable, where modern things that you can touch and feel in 21st
Mm,
century can be broken down for you, right?
mm,
So the best that we had at the time was computer lessons, where you learn how to type and do Excel. But these days, knowledge about tech has gotten larger, and I think tech school is creating a curriculum that I can actually break down the modern trends around tech to the young ones in a way that they will understand and also get excited about it. So
mm.
yes, I would advise parents to enroll their kids in tech school, 100%.
Amazing. One word for a learner listening to you today, haven't been inspired by you.
Um, I would also want to say that it's not late to get tech knowledge. Even if you're not a child, even if you're a parent here, it's still not out of your reach. Tech knowledge is not out of your reach. And
Exactly.
if you can even get knowledgeable in it, your children can easily get excited about it. So
Exactly.
I want to tell everyone here, yeah, get acclimatized with it, get more knowledge where you still feel like there's some gap. Then encourage the young people around you to get used to, or to more like get excited or get interested in tech.
Mm,
So that's one word I want to drop. Then I will also like that Joshua reaches out to me. Yeah.
mm,
Because one thing is one thing I didn't have it's ability to tell you what next, right? There was no one to
mm,
tell me what next, right?
mm,
Because the world of tech is so vast that even some of the things that you would usually fascinate about,
mm.
there won't be anybody to break it down for you. Like for
Yeah.
instance, people send money from their bank to another bank. How does that work? What is the
Mm,
underlying magic? Let me put it like that. What's the
mm,
underlying magic between that? Is this when you send money from UBA, it appears on your
mm.
access bank? What's going on?
Exactly.
There's literally no way to find even the information is not even on the internet, right? What goes on there doesn't exist. Okay,
Mm,
um, cars, for instance, driverless cars. I mean, we keep hearing about cars that can drive itself. So, what is the underlying technology behind it? How
mm.
does that work? Can I even see someone around that is doing that? That can even explain to me what the heck is going on? Oh, I
Exactly.
have this challenge. I want to build this. How can I even come around building that? There is nobody
Mm,
to ask. Let's say you want to build a game. Like
mm,
Joshua is building. Joshua is building on JavaScript and CSS. I mean, has he tried Unity? Does he know how to use Unity?
mm,
Has someone recommended that to him that it's actually
mm,
easier for him to make games with Unity? I'm just
mm.
yeah, you should have of course run into Unity if you've been researching, but I'm giving you instance of
Yeah.
where having someone that you can even ask that, okay,
Mm,
I want to do this. How can I go about it? Or have you had this experience?
mm,
Really, literally, mentorship. Will I call it mentorship, or even having someone to ask? Let's not even call it mentorship. Having
mm,
someone to even ask that, how can I solve this challenge?
mm,
It's really it's something that you can never imagine how fast it can get you than if
mm.
you had to do a lot of trial and error. When someone have passed through all of those difficulties, they can tell you,
Exactly.
bro, this is exactly what you need to do. So
Exactly.
I'm really fascinated to hear his story, and I would like to link up with you, Joshua. So reach out to me. Um, my
Link up with
contact,
you too.
yeah,
I'll
my
let
con.
even invite you to my channel. I don't know when we can how we can connect. Maybe we can connect through
Don't worry.
LinkedIn.
Don't worry about how you can connect. You have me.
Yes,
I'm the connector here. I'm going to connect
yes,
you very
yes,
easily. That's not a problem. Just
Let's know
immediately
everything.
after this
yes.
meeting, we're gonna make that happen. But this is
Thank you for the
powerful.
opportunity, sir.
This is powerful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Uchenna Nnodim. You see, all you've shared is so beautiful. And parents, you've heard it all. You've heard it all. It's a rare privilege that you will give your children to introduce them into technology. All right. And regardless of what they want to be, and that's the good thing that we've done in Tech School. If you go to our YouTube channel, you're going to watch, you're going to see videos of students' project presentations, things that students has done in Tech School. In different areas, there's graphic design, there's creative design skills, there's general ICT appreciation skills, there is software development front end, there's back end. Everything is structured. It's not a thing of just say coding and robotics. Come, let us do coding and robotics. There's a structured learning and approach to what we're doing. And then to top it up, we added entrepreneurship as a course as well. All right. It's something that I wish you would get to experience, Uchenna. It's something in fact, we even have one of the pitch of one of our students from last year's Tech Summer on our YouTube channel. He pitched his business idea. In fact, if you listen to this business idea, I was blown away when I was listening to this speech. All right.
Yeah.
So, and that is exactly what we're doing, because not just giving them tech skills and also entrepreneurship, because not all people that are tech savvy right now are who Uchenna is or have attained the success he has. Some of them are maybe currently working in XYZ company as a software developer, as a creative designer or something. But, this is what Uchenna is doing for himself. And it's because of also the fusion of entrepreneurship. We talked about earlier on that he received this funding from Antonio de Melu Foundation and several other funding that has come after them. It's because of the fusion of entrepreneurship. What is money? How does money work? How does life work? That is what entrepreneurship tells you about finances, economy, all those things. And that is what we bring into, brings a holistic learning for your children. So we're encouraging you to enroll. In fact, 1st of June, we're going to be resuming a new batch for our learners. So you can use the whole of this May to get on our website and enroll. And I'm going to play a video right now. The video is going to come up right now on how you can actually enroll your child on our website. I want you to watch that video. Before I play that video, I want to thank every parent here. There are several things that are dropping in the chat session. There are links. There are ways to reach us on WhatsApp. However you can contact us, I want you to take note of those stuff. Take note of those links and copy them and keep them for yourself so that you can reach out to us wherever you need help or wherever you need further guidance. This is something that is a matter of life and death for your own child. That is just the honest truth. All right. It's anything about the future. It has to be, you want to make sure that it is secured for your child. You want to make sure that you are securing a winning future for your child. So I'm going to play a video right now. And also, before I play that video, I want to say thank you to Uchenna. Thank you so much to Uchenna. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your journey. Parents, please give it up for Uchenna. If you've enjoyed this session, please just give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up. Amazing. Look at it. Everywhere is buzzing. This is just beautiful. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming in and for sharing your journey so far. This is what we don't have so much. And I'm going to discuss with Uchenna and Joshua, and we're going to see how we can put them, we're going to discuss how they can also be part of our mentorship system in Tech School. Not just because we have coaches, we have lessons, we have coaches, but we also, need to have people that are already advanced and people that have also attained these successes, to be part of our mentorship structure. And who knows as well, if we have proper conversations with Roqqu and Raven Bank, our students as well can also intern in those companies during time for their holidays. So it's so amazing. So parents, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for attending. Bye-bye.